Hello and welcome back to 3 Plus 1 Media. We talk about people, politics, and pop culture. And today in pop culture, we are talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac and just a lot of breaking news. It has now been confirmed that Robyn Dixon is actually out as a cast member of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, this is being reported by People Magazine and was made public on her podcast with fellow green-eyed bandit Giselle Bryant, which is called Reasonably Shady, which is a fairly appropriate title for this podcast and what these two women actually do every day. Robyn said, "Yes, I will not be returning for season 9 of The Real Housewives of Potomac. It's reality. The network did not invite me back. I was fired, for lack of better words. I will not sugarcoat the situation. Say, oh, I'm walking away and this is a break or anything like this. This is a network decision." The article in People Magazine goes on to, again, cite that she was one of the original cast members when the series premiered in January of 2016. How long ago it seems. Can't imagine a Bravo sphere pre-Real Housewives of Potomac, but clearly it did indeed exist. Now, here's the thing. That was clearly a very shady comment aimed at fellow castmate, now former castmate, Candiace Dillard Bassett, who announced today that she and her husband, Chris Bassett, are expecting a child. They're with child. And if you follow the show and you follow the journey, you realize, or you are aware of what this really means for the two of them and how this is something that Candiace has really wanted for a while, but has also been torn in the decision to become a mother while balancing the demands of a career in entertainment, and in many ways still being a newlywed. She and her husband have only been married, I think, 4 years. So the marriage is still relatively new. Her career is taking off, but she's adding mother to that. Personally, I'm extremely happy because it's something that she wanted. Interesting that Robyn and some of her followers on social media, I think they call themselves the La Robins, are claiming that, they want to maintain that Robyn was fired, but so was Candiace, when Candiace said before any of the reunions even premiered that she was stepping away from the show of her own volition. To me, this decision, the revelation that she is with child further confirms the fact that this was a personal decision that Candiace made for herself and her family, and probably had nothing to do with being terminated in the way that Robyn was, or any of the negative fodder out there by the Robins and the fans of the Green-Eyed Bandits. In an article published by Entertainment Tonight, Candiace, age 37, has revealed that she and her husband, age 46, Chris Bassett, are indeed with child, and she's about 13 weeks along. Candiace said, "I'm about 13 weeks, so just about into the second trimester. It's been weird, but also really wonderful. I think to keep it kind of to ourselves up to this point. Our immediate family knows. My mom, I told my mom on her birthday in February, and my dad knows, Chris's parents know, my siblings know, and that is my core best friend group. But outside of that, it's been like kind of quietly just growing a bun." The Drive Back singer documented some of her journey to motherhood on the Bravo series, filming counseling sessions with fertility specialists and the prep work for in vitro fertilization, also known, of course, as IVF. The couple's baby-to-be came from one of the embryos they froze over 2 years ago, as was shown on the show. And Candiace went on to say, "I think we were both kind of content to just let them sit there until my cutoff date," referencing the window that Chris gave her to, shit or get off the pot. When it came to baby, she needed to be pregnant by the time she turned 50. But then I got the itch, she says. As the couple hit the under 5-year mark on the countdown clock, I always wondered, how would I know when I was ready? And I always felt like a part of my anxiety was that I wasn't sure that I would know. And when I knew, it was undeniable. I kind of woke up and realized that I was never going to be 100% ready. I just had to trust the process and trust that my doctors and stop being afraid and just do it. So once we decided together that we were going to do that together, it was just kind of moving all along by faith from there. Also, the article continues to say that the pair didn't know whether they're going to have a boy or a girl. They had one male embryo and one female embryo. So the doctors know, Chris explains, we did all the tests. Obviously, we wanted something healthy. And I was like, listen, let's just take the highest graded egg and we'll put it in there. And this is the one surprise of this whole experience that we ourselves don't know yet. The two do plan to find the sixth child before Candiace gives birth, though. It's so cool that you literally have no idea what you're getting. Candiace says what their personality is, although our last sonogram signs are pointing to them being more like Chris than me. That's where we are with that. And I think, again, that's really good news for all of us who are fans of Candiace, or even people who may not be, but just the fact that you understand the struggles of conception and starting a family and that desire that so many of us have inside. Even with all of that news being brought to the table, that Robyn really was fired, that Candiace Dillard Bassett is with child, is this new revelation from Jasmine Brand, who's reporting that Nneka Ihim is also leaving the show, that she will not be back, that she's a one-season wonder, and we will wonder where exactly she's gone and what exactly she's doing because she's off the show. Now, I don't know if this is true, but it is being reported and it's being widely circulated now on social media. And social media users have a lot of strong opinions about this and whether or not these are good decisions for the franchise.
Really. And next, speaking of Housewives news, Miss Nneka is allegedly fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac. So, the Jasmine Brand is reporting she's the third person who will not be returning in addition. But Candiace was not fired. Candiace said, girl, got a blast because I just reported the news that she's having a baby. Very exciting for her, but Nneka is out of here. I am one of those people, I think you should give the new people like at least 2 seasons just to kind of get their feet wet. Unfortunate for Nneka, this was a horrendous season for her to be on. She did mention on the show last night that she was tapped to be a part of Married to Medicine. However, not Married to Medicine Atlanta. I'm going to give the girls a little bit of tea, honey. So somebody incredibly dear and close to me was actually tapped to be a part of Married to Medicine DC. They just declined it because they saw what the girls was doing in Atlanta, said, baby, I don't want no parts. And I don't know if you guys know, but Dr. Alicia was also supposed to be a part of Married to Medicine DC, but it was scrapped. And Nneka let us know that they had reached out to Ike about being a part of Married to Medicine. I'm not surprised that she won't be on. I also do think, once again, when it comes to fertility, this is not the right platform to be on, just because it's a very stressful environment if you're trying to have a child. And being on the show, then you got Africans on your back, it just makes it very, very difficult. But yeah, good luck to Nneka, whatever she decides to do. Aside from her foundation not matching, she did seem like a sweet girl. Also, aside from her always talk to her husband wild, she did seem like a sweet girl. Like she could have really, if her and Wendy weren't on the outs, this could have been like an excellent season. But hey, they're handing out pink slips, they're giving out white boxes. I think you can file for unemployment on like Maryland.gov. It's not gonna be as much as a Bravo check, but do a little unemployment. Do you think Juan filed for unemployment? Y'all let me know. All right, I'll see you guys up next.
Fans' response has been mixed. There are a number of people saying, like, where is the announcement that Ashley Darby is out? I personally agree with that sentiment and also want Ashley Darby out. I think that she adds nothing of value to the show except manufactured drama. And I think the closer we get to having authentic cast members on these reality TV shows, the better the reality TV shows will be. But we'll see what happens in the weeks ahead. Anila's Missing Tube said, Candiace pregnant, Robyn and Nneka fired. He is in the blessing business. Real Housewives of Potomac. Bored and overeducated said Nneka went the entire season without the audience knowing her backstory, which is her fault for following Ashley. Nneka knew better, yet still weaponized something to fit with the one-drop rule gang that could have ended in bloodshed to either her fam or Wendy's. Hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. Hashtag blame Ashley Darby.
Oh my God, y'all gotta get in here and see this. The Jasmine Brand just dropped some exclusive tea. They are claiming that Nneka has been fired from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, the Jasmine Brand is claiming that Nneka is the third person from this past season to not be returning for season 9. If you guys don't know, Robyn Dixon has formally announced that she will not be returning for season 9 as well. Now, this is also crazy. Something tells me that if Nneka had a better relationship with Wendy, that she would definitely be returning for season 9. But since they are on the outs and it does not look like they made much traction at the reunion, it's really no point in bringing her back. Now, like I previously stated, Robyn formally announced that she will not be returning for season 9, as well as Candiace Dillard Bassett. So it is looking like the Real Housewives of Potomac is going to have a nice little cast shakeup next season. Now, the Real Housewives of Potomac has been known to have a pretty steady cast, so this shakeup is definitely going to make me watch next season. I'm super excited to see who they cast in replace of these 3 people. I hope that Wendy stays, I hope that Giselle stays, and I hope that Karen and Mia stay as well. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this entire situation. Are you guys surprised that Nneka will not be back for season 9? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Peace.
I don't think Nneka added value to the show. I think it was time for Robyn to go, and I'm glad that Candiace Dillard Bassett is protecting her peace, her health, and her career. So I'm actually really pleased with these changes at the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm still not going to watch it. I am 100% on the hashtag boycott RHOP gang, and that's not going to change. But again, I'm happy to see these developments coming. I'll still follow it on social media. I'll still enjoy whatever clips you decide to share. I just won't be watching for season. I won't be watching again until Giselle Bryant is off the show. With that being said, I want to know your thoughts and what you think about all of this information, all this breaking news, and all of this drama in the comments. And I'm going to be happy to engage with you. With that being said, I want you to be blessed, be well, and whatever you do, keep pushing.